tablet at KFMA.com. You want it? You got it. Reality radio done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Yo, welcome back to the show. It's Beef Vegan Presents live on Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com on this beautiful Thursday, May 4th. May the 4th be with you, Rico.
And also with you.
Yes. All right. Yes. Congratulations, all my nerd friends out there. It is Star Wars Day, which is always a big day in radio. But, I'll tell you what, there is a difference this year. It seems like, we're kind of getting over the novelty of Star Wars Day to a certain extent. Just when it comes to media, because usually doing, morning radio facts and, a plethora of Star Wars content, if you will, for May 4th. But it's kind of like drying up a little bit, which I'm not too upset about. In fact, I know there's still a bunch of like Star Wars related promotions going on around town. I know that the Delta has some like Star Wars affairs and drink specials happening. And that was just one of the many places that I saw locally. So if you look online, there's plenty of places where you can go out and celebrate. But I've said before, and I'll say it again, my Star Wars is Guardians of the Galaxy, right? James Gunn's version of Guardians of the Galaxy captured my imagination like the original Star Wars trilogy did. And Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is out in theaters right now, right? Yeah. So I might celebrate Star Wars Day watching Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's sacrilegious, dude.
I know, but I'm a rebel. You know this about me, Rico.
You're such a rebel.
Yeah. If everyone goes one way, I go the other way.
You should be in Yavin 4 right now, you rebel.
Yeah, well, either way, though, in honor of Guardians of the Galaxy coming out, which is out in theaters now, and, of course, Star Wars Day, I ran to ChatGPT, and I was like, ChatGPT, can you write me a rap song about the plot of Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy? Right, the movie trilogy, and have Groot do the hook. And so this morning when we're getting set up for the show, I asked Rico how his Rocket Raccoon impersonation is. And what do you say, Rico?
It's all right.
Yeah, that'll do. That will do.
Good enough.
Yeah, so our Rap GPT today is going to be Guardians of the Galaxy, and I just got to find the right beat on the YouTube to put it together, but we're going to be attempting that. Plus, we have tickets to give away for Incubus and Motionless in White today, and a huge party that's going to be happening at the Sonoran Desert Museum, and it's Party for the Planet, their annual affair, which is one of the fantastic parties that they throw out there throughout the year, and we'll be giving away tickets for that as well. So we have a whole lot of stuff to get to on the program today. Plus, Justin Spears is going to stop by, gloat about the Lakers actually doing good this year and in the playoffs, and the Suns not doing good.
Wow.
Yeah, we're down 0-2 to the Denver Nuggets, and I will say this, if you remember the Suns and 4 guy. Remember Suns and 4 guy?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That was only 2 years ago. That was when the Suns the Suns swept the Nuggets. But, what the viral moment that made one guy a legend was at a Denver Nuggets game where a fan was getting a little too lippy with the Suns guy. Then he started swinging, and the Suns guy came back, whooped the Denver Nuggets dude's ass. And then while he was being escorted away by his buddy in shame, Suns and 4 guy threw up 4 fingers and was like, Sons of 4, bitch. Now,
legend.
Do you think the Denver Nuggets forgot about that?
Probably.
No. I'm saying no. I don't think they did. And I think they're trying to return the favor. Now they're up 2. Chris Paul is out. He is injured. It does not look good for the Phoenix Suns. And they might try to return the favor and sweep the Suns just 2 years after we were able to sweep them in the playoffs. I hope it doesn't happen. I hope there's a miracle. I hope Kevin Durant was worth it. But we're going to have to wait and see. And when Justin Spears comes in, he'll break down, some stats and facts for us. Maybe give us hope or, have us lose all hope.
One or the other.
Yeah, it's going to be one or the other,
That's it.
Yeah, absolutely. So the flip side there. So that's something to, I guess, look forward to. What do you think the most favorite Star Wars movie is for everybody?
Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
Hands down.
You would think Empire Strikes Back, right? But there's a list of the most popular Star Wars movies in each state, and and Empire Strikes Back isn't in every single state. In fact, actually, it's only the favorite movie in 3 states. Those 3 states are Alaska, Georgia, and Hawaii.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, now this is according to Fandom, which determined which Star Wars movie from the Skywalker saga was the most popular in each state. And the most popular in the country in 11 states. And I feel like this entire list is skewed now because they say Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, is the most popular Star Wars movie in 11 states.
What?
Yeah.
What are they talking about? Is this what metric is this on? Are they making fun of the movie? Are they enjoying it?
Yeah, no, it seems
Come
like satire, right?
Yeah.
Well, according to this list, they say Phantom Menace is the favorite in California, Florida, Kentucky, Mississippi, Missouri, Nebraska. This is the one thing that all these states have in common is the Phantom Menace. Yeah. South Dakota, Washington, Wyoming, Oregon, brutal. Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, has a lot of states that consider it favorite as well. And then once it starts getting to the good movies, less states like them. As far as Arizona is concerned, our favorite movie is Episode 8, The Last Jedi. Right.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
Who are these people?
Fandom. I technically usually trust Fandom and their expert nerd squad and being able to break down these lists. But you're right, Rico. I'm calling shenanigans on this.
Shenanigans.
Yeah.
They're trying to rile people up.
Right. Well, it got me riled up. I will promise you this, though. I'm not going to focus on Star Wars all day. We might
Come on.
play around a little bit. No, but it's Guardians of the Galaxy Day for me. Oof. Yeah. And, of course, it's a ticket giveaway for Incubus and Motionless in White Day. So those reasons alone, I'm going to focus on those positives. And, honestly, there isn't too much Star Wars content. And there's nothing new about Star Wars that I can tell you. Disney Plus released a bunch of cartoons for kids about Star Wars, expanding the universe. There's a Simpsons short, Maggie being a lovable character from Star Wars. Again, mind blowing, right?
Such a hater.
I'm just saying, no, it's nothing is new now. Like what else are you gonna do? I'm more looking forward to Cinco de Mayo, May 5th, because that's a holiday I can get behind. In fact, we're even kicking it off and celebrating at Catalina Brewing off of Ina for a live tapping hour podcast, where we're going to be tasting flights and enjoying drink specials and the food truck that'll be there. So that's happening tomorrow at Catalina Brewing. If you want to join us for the Tappy Hour podcast, go to kfma.com to find more information. Let's get ready to do our morning moron. Phone lines are open if you want to give us a shout. 600 KFMA. Got Disturbed right after Red Hot Chili Peppers. It's Rock 102.1. Let's go. Hello. Clear. It sounded like the audio was a little off on that show open. So if you guys are listening along, go ahead and let me know how it sounds for you. We just did our on-air tease. It's, one of those days, one of those weeks. Just Rico and I today. I'm kind of overwhelmed with all the BS that I'm trying to find a new place and whatnot and getting odd offers. Andrea, who calls in every now and then, you know who Andrea is? She's always like very fast-paced. She messaged me. So you live with me? I'm like, no, I can't. I cannot. I do appreciate the offer, but it's me and my daughter, and I'm not trying to do that. Plus, I broke it down in detail as to why I'm not going to move in with another female just immediately. These are all lyrics from Rap GPT, by the way. We put together a bunch of songs. My face is a little off. Okay. Oh, got him. You son of a bitch. Tight white shirt going. That's right, Jake. Welcome to the podcast broadcast stream. Rico and I were just talking about how we
tend to do that.
Yeah. We inadvertently match all the time. And it's funny. You would think that we were like texting each other the night before. Like, what are you going to wear, bro?
What do you want to wear?
Yeah. Because I want to be like the uglier, chubbier version of you. Can I do that?
It's a plaid day.
Yeah. So, this is the style for today on this Thursday as we're going. And this podcast, we got, Star Wars inspired F My Life. We also just did our Star Wars song, if you heard it. We really enjoyed doing that. So we put together the video for that. And I put together so many different lyrics. And I had a Guardians of the Galaxy song I was going to do because, Guardians of the Galaxy is out today. And then I also, like a true artist, basically had Chat GPT write me a song on how I'm feeling being single. Right. So I'm like, ChatGPT, tell me how I'm feeling. But with the comedic spin where I was like, because back in the day, people would get into radio because this would attract ladies. But nowadays, it does not attract ladies. Right, Rico?
That's right.
Yeah. You tell women at the bar what you do. And what do they say?
Ew, what's your tax bracket?
Yeah, exactly. And then you're just like, well, what's I got access for my health insurance.
But I got a big PP. They're like, we don't care. Let me see your bank account.
Oh, they don't care. That's good to know.
They don't.
Oh.
Well, they do, but they don't.
Oh, yeah. They really will care about the money first, and then big PP second. A broke big PP is just like, what are you gonna do?
Isn't that what Scarface said in the movie?
Did he?
First you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the big PP.
Ah, yes. I think that's what still waiting on the money and the power part. It's gonna be fantastic whenever that happens. But all right, we got about 5 seconds. We'll get into our TMI top 5 as we do. Rock on 2.1 KFMA. There you go. Brand new music from The Who right here. This is Mongol or Warrior Sounds. We are back here live on the podcast broadcast. Time for your TMI top 5 where I have too many. Look at that Star Wars music. Too much information and a small amount of time. All right. First and foremost, I'll talk about this woman. A 60-year-old woman in New Jersey got run over by her own car on Monday. Right. And if you think her luck wasn't bad enough to add insult to injury, cops then gave her a ticket for driving an unregistered vehicle. Now, luckily, she survived, but I don't know if she was like literally laying on the stretcher as she was about to be taken away in the ambulance. And the cop's like, oh, hold on. Before you go, take this. Yeah, we'll see you on court as soon as you heal. See you in court. So, yeah, in Jersey, they don't F around at all.
That's an FML right there.
It is. It absolutely is. One. Now, according to this new study, women have more guts than men. Is this surprising to you?
Let me hear more.
Well, they say that women have longer small intestines, which can help women deal with stress better.
Oh.
Yeah, which means like when they're stressed, they don't immediately go to the bathroom, take a stress poo. I get stressed and it's just flying out of me.
Right.
So
fiber stress.
That was new. So we are different in ways, ladies, you know?
We'll get some intestine implants real quick.
Yeah, right. If you claim to be a woman and you're doing all the operations to make that happen, good for you. But you also have to add a longer intestines to the list to make it happen. Yeah, make it real deal.
Sounds cheap.
Yeah. All right. Florida's roads might become radioactive soon. Lawmakers just approved a bill to allow the use of something called PG to be used in road construction. Now, of course, this is starting in Florida, but it gives off radon gas. And the federal government says it's too toxic to do anything with. But for whatever reason, Florida's like, oh, cool, we'll just put it on all of our roads. Now, more than 30 environmental groups are calling on Florida Governor Ron DeSantis to veto the bill. But good luck with that. If there's money involved, I doubt he will. But this is going to be interesting to see as it develops. Radioactive roads gives off radon gas in Florida, as if there wasn't enough elements in the environment that make people crazy and, give us these Florida man stories every single day.
And now we get radioactive alligators. Awesome.
Radioactive zombie alligators.
Yes.
Welcome to Florida.
Woo.
Yeah. Speaking of Florida, a man in Florida is behind bars after he got caught with meth and other drug paraphernalia inside his M&M's mini container.
What?
Which, yeah. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Surprise.
It's like meth. It melts in your teeth. All right. And finally, Hastings, Nebraska just installed a 6-foot statue of the Kool-Aid Man. Right? Now, it's where Kool-Aid was invented in 1927. So they have a stake, a claim to fame there. Right. The recent poll actually asked people what the top brands that remind us of our childhood were. And of course, Kool-Aid made the list. If you were thinking of brands that identify your childhood, what's the number one brand that comes to your mind?
That's a good one. I think Kool-Aid.
Yeah, you think Kool-Aid?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Capri Sun.
Capri Sun, for sure.
Yeah.
I would say, well, here are the top 5. Nintendo coming in number 1. Lego, number 2. Play-Doh, number 3. Hot Wheels, number 4. And Monopoly. Kool-Aid actually landed number 7 on this list.
Wow.
But out of those top 5, I would definitely say Nintendo. I would associate with my childhood for sure.
And everybody's mom called everything Nintendo.
Yes. I mean, I still call, Xbox Nintendo. I can't get away from it. Either way, we're keeping the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. That was your TMI top 5. You can join us youtube.com/bevegan or keep it here because my single song takeover is coming up next.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Does that statue have a 6-pack now? Is he getting fat shamed?
No, yeah. He's all sugar, so he's still fat. You ever try sugar-free Kool-Aid? Terrible.
Horrible.
I actually just drank Kool-Aid the other day.
You did?
I did. And you know why? Because I was at Chiba Hut. So I have a few things that we can get to and then we're going to get to on the podcast broadcast today. But first, I want to play for you. I just want to hear how this sounds. So we just did our Star Wars song, right, for May the 4th. And since it is May the 4th, let me share you this clip you may have just heard on the radio not too long ago. And my apologies, but I want to hear how good the audio sounds in this video clip. Here's our Star Wars song from Rap GPT. Check it out. And I had a couple different options as far as going to ChatGPT and trying to create a song. And Rico's like, dude, you'd be just missing the mark if you didn't have a Star Wars song on May the 4th. And he was absolutely right. So, if you've been following the show, we like to get stupid with artificial intelligence. And so I went to ChatGPT and I asked him to explain to me the Star Wars saga in a rap song. And then I ran to YouTube and I found some beats and here we are. So this will be a May the 4th be with you. All right, because we got to keep it street. It's Rap GPT. Let's go in right into it. You ready, Rico?
Sure.
All right. You haven't seen Star Wars?
No, bro.
It's like an American classic, man. The saga is long and deep.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll explain it to you. You ready? Starts off like this. Yo. A long time ago, in a galaxy far away, there was a story of a war that they had to play. The Jedi and Sith were fighting for power with the Force as a weapon. It's a battle every hour. Luke Skywalker was a hero in with the guidance of Yoda. He learned how to fight, and Darth Vader was just a man with no light, a villain that we hate, but we can't deny his might. Star Wars, the saga we love. The Force is strong. It's a push and shove. Jedis and Siths, light and dark. May the Force be with you. Let's make our mark. Star Wars,
the saga we love. Force is strong. It's a push and a shove. Jedis and Siths, light and dark. May the Force be with you. Let's make our mark. The Death Star, a weapon of mass destruction destroyed by Luke in a thrilling production. The Empire, a force we can't ignore, fought against by rebels forevermore. May the 4th, it's a time to celebrate. A galaxy far away, a story so great. The Star Wars saga, an epic tale with heroes and villains, it'll never pale.
Star Wars, the saga we love. The Force is strong, it's a push and shove. Jedis and Smiths, lights and dark. May the Force be with you. Let's make our mark. Star Wars,
the saga we love. The Force is strong, it's a push and a shove. Jedis and Siths, light and dark. May the Force be with you. Let's make our mark.
The originals, a classic tale with Luke and Leia and a hand who could sail. The Force was strong with them at the helm. They fought against the Empire and they overwhelmed.
Sequel, a new generation with Rey and Finn and Kylo's temptation. The galaxy at war once again, but hope remained till the very end.
Star Wars, the saga we love. The Force is strong, it's a push and shove. Jedis and Siths, light and dark. May the 4th be with you. Let's make our mark. Star Wars,
the saga we love. The Force is strong, it's a push and a shove. Jedis and Siths, light and dark. May the 4th be with you. Let's make our mark.
And this is how we're celebrating May the 4th, and May the 4th be with you. Enjoy binging your Star Wars and going to planets anew. All right? That was Rap GPT's Star Wars. What'd you think? 600 KFMA, sound off. Let us know if it should end up on the EP or not. But
hey, Beef.
Yes, sir.
Your Schwartz is as big as mine.
Oh, yeah, nice. Yeah, but it's a different color. Should I go get this checked out?
I think you should.
Man, green it is. That's my Yoda impersonation of the day, my only one. And yeah, thank you, Sarah, for saying it's fire. But JJ was like, it put me to sleep. It's lulls. Oh, the Star Wars woke me up. Oh, more pop. You know, it's funny though.
Pop.
We came across a lot of different beats, and there was one beat that was like full on hype, where we'd have to be like Star Wars, yeah, like a remix, right? And hell, I mean, if I could find that beat again,
wake JJ up a bit.
Yeah, to wake JJ up, because seriously, it was almost like techno, hip hop, trap, and to pull it off, we'd have to almost. You would think like rap rock and just kind of spitfire. Yeah, but let's see. Was it the Forstein, the Far Out remix? It might have been. Oh, yeah, we had a lot of cool ones here. Let's see.
There's a lot.
There's so many, and now the easy thing about it was, there's going to be all these different Star Wars inspired remixes. Let's see if we could attempt to showcase what could have happened. As we go to the YouTube, we do work with the best unsigned producers in the world. That's one of the
shout out.
Yeah, shout out to all the producers. I forget your name already,
but thank you.
Yeah, not too shabby, because hey, it is May the 4th, so we had to do something in relation to this. Let's see if this was the beat that I was referring to. And we'll try to pull it off. Same lyrics. Was this the one? Do you remember?
I don't think it is. Maybe.
Okay. We'll find it. See how epic it is? Watch. Hype, 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 hype! Long time ago. No, that's... Yeah, that wasn't it. It's tough, dude. Let's see.
That was like your nerdy inspiration.
Yeah. Finding the beat actually was a little difficult. We went through probably about 15 beats until we found the one.
Did you know how they got the TIE Fighter sound effect, by the way?
No, how?
They took a elephant trumpet and then combined it with a car going over pavement.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Fun fact.
Yeah, we didn't do that. I mean, that's actually a funky beat. Let's see. Star Wars special effect, Imperial March. Oh, whatever. Oh, I think it was the Catalina song trap remix. Or the Cantina song. Yeah. This almost reminds me of Yolanda Be Cool. Right? Ready? Watch this. A long time ago in the galaxy far away. No, can't do it.
I got that.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see you do it.
Your part?
Yeah, do my part.
A long time ago in a galaxy far away, there was a story of a war that they had to play. The Jedi and the Sith fighting for power with the Force as a weapon. It's a battle every hour. Luke Skywalker, hero in sight. The guidance of Yoda, he learned how to fight. Darth Vader, a man with no light, a villain that we hate, but we can't deny his might. Oh,
Star Wars, the song that we love. The Force is strong, it's a push to shove. Jedi and Sith, light and dark. May the Force be with you. Let's make our mark. Star Wars.
Saga that we love, the Force is strong, it's a push and a shove. Jedi's and Sith, light and dark. May the Force be with you. Let's make our mark. Let's start.
Oh, I gotta get on the air for the single song takeover. All right, so as you know, like our theme, I felt like it was a little more chill. It was a little more our vibe, so I was vibing that one.
Basic music theory, Todd.
Even if it put JJ to sleep. I see. Rock 1 2.1 KFMA, it's Beefy Presents. We're live on the podcast broadcast, effing around with remixes for our Star Wars single already. There's a lot of crazy Star Wars inspired instrumentals there on YouTube that is pretty fun for you guys to go down a rabbit hole on. So I suggest you do so if you want to have a little fun today and try to do your own Rap GPT, because we aren't exclusive on this. Everybody could be a part of this rap group, I tell you.
Yeah.
All right, our single song takeover today is a cover, and it's almost like a I dare you to cancel me, bro cover, because we pulled all of Marilyn Manson's music off of the playlist about a year and a half, 2 years ago. There was a lot of murky allegations and whatnot. Now, allegations aside, this is not me vouching for Marilyn Manson whatsoever. I don't know. Some of the things I do know about Marilyn Manson doesn't make him my favorite person. But I do love this song, and this was the song that essentially kickstarted a career, and it's a fantastic cover from, of course, Annie Lennox. So let's get right into it. It's Sweet Dreams by Marilyn Manson, our single song takeover on Rock 1 2.1 KFMA. You don't have to listen to it. You can join us on the conversation, youtube.com/bevegan. Let's go. All right.
Sweet dreams. The
Remix. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, there's a lot of trap remixes from Star Wars, obviously, that they had. The Cantina band one, though. Again, still my favorite. So, will Star Wars May the 4th end up on our EP? We'll find out. But I'll tell you what, Mac is way too excited about it. And I think they're almost kind of like game planning our very own our EP release concert for us. Like they want to make that happen more than they want KFMA Day to happen. I'm like
80% of our budget goes towards that. We're like, what the okay.
Right, dude.
Really, guys?
I'm like, shit,
yeah. You guys do it.
Yeah, I mean, we have a DJ. We have DJ Looney who could easily provide all the beats, so we could pull it off. And we will. But I'm thinking fall. I'm not trying to do like a Rap GPT concert next week. I want to put out a quadruple album, narrow it down to an EP, and then perform those 6 songs live in front of an audience. Let's go to the phone, see what happens. Yeah, when grand ambitions, we just got grand ambitions here. Rock 1 2.1, who's this?
Hey, babe, it's Michelle.
Hey, Michelle, what's going on?
Hey, good morning. Hey, can't get your website to work. I wanted to see if you could do a shout out to my husband, Dave, for his birthday today.
Sure. Where's
Wicked
Dave?
Wrench Performance. You've talked to him before.
Okay, Wicked Ranch Performance, huh?
Wicked Wrench Performance, yeah.
Ranch Performance.
Which, of course, they're listening to you.
Nice. Oh, good. So they're working right now, huh?
Yeah, work on his birthday.
Nice. Well, I will shout him out next, Michelle. And
all
say,
right, I appreciate it.
Happy birthday to Dave at Wicked Ranch Performance.
You are perfect. Love your show. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Michelle. You have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, we did have, some good callers today, which is good. And it felt good. I got to focus on the positive, but, we don't have any guests. And like I already said before, I don't mean to circle back, but obviously I'm distracted. You guys know what I'm dealing with. And
it's all that damn Mercury retrograde, bro.
Yeah, that's this fucking hippie guy laid on me first thing in the morning. It's like, you break it up because Mercury's in retrograde.
Whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, you sincerely believe this stuff, huh?
I didn't say that. I said it's kind of funny how a lot of bad things do happen during that.
Yeah,
or the vibe is off, as they say.
Essentially, me, Kevin Costner, and David Draymond and Disturbed. The only reason why all of our relationships are falling to shit is because Mercury is in retrograde. So if you're in a relationship out there, guys, hold on tight.
Hold tight.
Because how long is Mercury retrograding?
Until the 15th.
Damn it.
I know.
Well, that's my payday. So,
hey.
Turn over anew. That's good. 11 days away. I thought Mercury retrogrades all the time.
It's 4 times a year, I read. I don't know. Ask your barista. She'll tell you.
Well, that's ridiculous, too. 4 times a year.
Right.
So, I mean, I didn't break up 4 times this year. Not yet. I mean, the year just started. This Q1. Am I right? I'm sure I could be in another relationship that will break up by the second time Mercury goes in retrograde.
Well, there might be some solar flares on the next one, like JJ said, so be careful.
Solar flares?
You got Mercury and solar flares to worry about now.
I guess.
Hey,
you guys are bummers. Win. Yeah, you guys, both of you. Bummers? You should get together.
Just saying, hey, just be wary. That's all.
I've been wary. So I found this place that I felt like was ideal for my daughter and I. And, I've been doing 2 things. I've been going online looking for places. And then just the other day, I was like, you know what? Fuck the online thing. I'm just going to get in my car and drive around the area and see what I find. And sure enough, I found a sign with a number. And there was an older guy named Dennis who manages some properties, and he didn't have them on the website or on the internet because he's too old to fuck with the internet. Hold on, let's get on the air. Rock 1 2.1 KFMA. So like I was saying, as I'm looking for a place to live, I've been doing the Zillow, the Trulias, the apartment finders and all that crap to try to find the ideal situation for me to move into in a neighborhood. But the other day, I got tired of all the internet stuff. It seemed like, a lot of scams are out there, a lot of runaround. In fact, I saw a place and I was just like, oh, this place is perfect. It doesn't give me a location. It gives me an area, and the area seems perfect, but it doesn't give me an address. So let me call them up. And I called them up and they're like, yeah, if you pay me $60, I'll tell you what the address is. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. So I was kind of fed up with, doing the online search method. And I went to go old school. I said, I'm just going to get my car and drive around the neighborhoods and see what I could find. And sure enough, I found something and a phone number. I called it up. A guy answered right away. And he was like, yeah, I'm right down the street. I could show you the place. I'm like, cool. So I checked out that place. It wasn't ideal. And he's like, I actually got a couple more places right down the street. So I checked out a couple more places.
Whoa.
And one place actually looked like it would have been a good fit and could be a good fit still. And so I get his information. I get the physical application to fill out. No online stuff. That's how old school this guy is. And now he's ghosting me. So,
wow.
Yeah, just when I'm like,
After all
okay.
that?
Yeah, after all that.
Jeez.
I spent a good hour with this guy, man.
I do a health check on him. Is he okay?
He is older.
Yeah.
So let's hope he is. But
in his will, he's like, I met this guy. I love beef. He can just have all my properties.
Yeah.
Wow. We really got along.
Yeah, I did name drop a lot. So
Yeah.
it didn't really impress him that much. I'll tell you one thing, though. I'm already kind of getting in single mode. I self-loved yesterday twice.
Twice.
Yeah. I was kind of feeling down yesterday, and sometimes it makes me feel better. I watched a little bit of adult entertainment on my phone. Have you ever heard of giantess porn?
Giantess? I'm assuming Amazonian type woman, right?
Well, it's somewhat, but even more than that.
What?
But this is a new kind of genre that is growing. And I know I can see that you're excited. Your eyes lit up. But yeah, gigantic women are nothing new. It goes back to like 1958 classic Attack of the 50-Foot Woman. But now there's creators that are finding that small but possibly growing niche on the internet.
I blame She-Hulk.
Right. Well, the technical term for giantess porn is called macrophilia, right?
Ooh.
And it's the idea of being tiny, but not in, the schlong way, just in stature, right? So say you're like 5'10", I'm going to give you a couple inches. All right. Say you're 5'10", but you're dating like a woman who's like 8 feet tall. Oh, yeah. And so you're just like, baby, but you still have like a big enough schlong to turn her on and get it going, right? That's what giantess porn is all about.
Cool.
And for some people out there, it's a giant turn on. In some cases, a giant woman is towering over them. In other cases, the guy is miniaturized, like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Oh,
Yeah. With technology, you can do that stuff on your phone,
Yeah, the boys ruined that for me, by the way.
Yes, they did. The boys will ruin it for you. But in a survey of sexual fantasies of Americans, 1/3 admitted to having a thing for mythical creatures. So the giant woman thrill isn't that far off the path. So when it comes to giantess porn, there are strong themes of dominance and submission. And I'm just sharing this with you because it is growing on Pornhub. Currently, there's over 6,000 giantess themed titles available to view.
Whoa.
I know, it's a lot, right? So
I have a new use for my green screen now. Cool.
Exactly.
Right.
Oh, I can't wait to see it, dude. It's going to be amazing. So I just wanted to share that little tidbit with you. And I will thank Giantess Porn ahead of time for helping me get through this rough patch. Keeping the podcast broadcast moving, youtube.com/bevegan. You can join us there. Keep it right here because I got music on the way from Blink-182. All right, clear.
Giantess porn. What's the technical term for it?
Macrophilia.
Ugh,
Yeah.
sounds horrible.
It does. That's why they just say giantess.
Giantess.
Or big old bitches.
Amazonian.
Yeah.
We should invite one in the studio.
Oh,
Ask
yeah.
her
No, I know I would.
all the questions.
I mean, if you ever matched with somebody or saw somebody pretty from like across the way who were sitting down and then you got up to her and found out that she's like almost a foot taller than you. And yeah.
like
I'd
I have an
run off
Andre
in
the,
shame.
I'm into Andre the Giant, but the female version.
What's the tallest woman you've hooked up with?
Not that tall.
Right.
Like 6, not even 6, but nah. Yeah, nothing crazy.
Right.
Same height.
I told you the story about the time I hooked up with this girl on acid who was super taller than me.
Remind me.
Okay, so this was in Flagstaff, and yeah, she was super cute, blonde, but she was about a good 4 or 5 inches taller than me, right?
Damn.
Yeah, but I had swagger, and me and her friend and her friend's boyfriend, it was like a foursome kind of deal, all decided to do acid together. And we're over hanging out in her trailer. So she lived in a trailer park in Flagstaff, and that was my first kind of thing. And so we're tripping balls in. Now, when I'm on acid, I'm not horny by any means. In fact, it was like very strychnine-y. So I was all shriveled up. I mean, in fact, I practically had an innie, So I was not
back inside.
Yeah, I was not in a situation to represent, to show it off to anyone, right? But so I'm just playing it cool and I'm just hanging out and I'm not even trying to make a move. So I'm laying on the couch and she's sitting in the chair across from me and she's looking at me and she's like, you're really good looking. So she starts doing this press. I'm like, ah, shit. So in my head, I'm like, I got to do this now, right? I can't say no. I don't know how to, especially at this age, right? And she was a very attractive woman. I'm like, I got to do it. So we end up starting to hook up. But again, I'm still high off my ass on acid. At one point, we put our hands up against each other, and no joke, this is my hand, and this is her hand. and I'm already shriveled up. I'm already feeling super insecure and emasculated.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm making out with her, and this is the worst part of this, is that I come to, because I'm kind of like in the moment. I'm trying to concentrate on kissing her and everything.
On your tippy toes?
No, we're sitting down. She's sitting down, and we're like kind of cuddled up together, right?
Gotcha.
And I'll explain how this is, and this is what freaked me out. Because first off, I was cold, so she offered me her sweater to wear. I swear to God. So she gave me a sweater to wear.
I'm cold.
Yeah, I'm wearing it, and it's like baggy on me. So the roles are reversed, essentially, 100% reversed, and they got so reversed that it freaked me out that I had to just run away. So when I'm like making out with her, I realize I stop for a second. I look back. Okay. My arms are hanging around her neck like this. She's sitting Indian style. I'm sitting in her fucking lap. I swear to God, I was the chick in this situation. I go, and I'm already shriveled up. And I'm like, oh no. And I awkwardly was like, I gotta go, made up some bullshit excuse.
Her long
and I
arms
left.
grabbed you.
Yes. I left in her sweater. I was so cold. I was shivering.
God, that's so funny. On acid.
Yes, dude. On acid.
I just want to say, like, her picking you up and your legs are just dangling like a cartoon.
She would have Amazoned me if I had anything, if I could have like got any kind of bonage at all, which I'm sure I couldn't have. It was too much. It was too much of a mind F to deal with. And
did you have a weird afterthought? Like, was that all in my head? Was that like...
No, it was reality.
Like,
but I mean, since then I've had like fantasies where I wasn't insecure and things worked better because I should have rocked it. I was in a position where a better man would have. But I was no better man. I was definitely the woman in this situation. It took me a few years to get over that. I was emasculated. I was emasculated pretty hard.
That sounds like she enjoyed it, man.
She would have.
Yeah.
I mean, we would have scissored for
at least
hours.
At the very least, she was kind. She sat you in her lap.
Oh, yeah. She caressed my hair.
Like cradled you like a baby.
Yeah, she told me I was beautiful. She made all the moves. I mean, everything. Wow. I was in this entire situation. The role reverse happened.
Right. And,
I mean, sure, if you're doing role play and whatever with your girlfriend, I'm sure that's something that's perfectly natural and maybe even fun. But for me, it just freaked me the F out, man. It was too much for me to overcome. And I like running out there crying out of a trailer. What's wrong? I was sexually assaulted by a woman.
An Amazonian.
She was aggressively making moves. She fingered my beehole. Whatever, right? With those super long fingers. Her hands are so big, dude. She almost doubled mine. It was like Shaq.
I was in her lap and her legs were everywhere. I couldn't get out.
It was a trap. Yeah.
Get out of here. But now your filter for your dating websites, you're just going to be like girls over 6 feet. You're going for that niche.
I mean, since then, I hooked up with a girl over 6 foot to overcome that insecurity. There's a couple times, usually I kind of develop a crush or a type just because of failed opportunities in the past. And I have so many of those that, my fetish is just every other woman on the planet.
Gotcha. That sums it up.
Yeah.
How many times have you seen in public? Like how many short guys with taller chicks? It's pretty rare, right? It's gotta be like 10%.
It is rare. It's too rare, honestly. Because again, we're all
an insecurity thing.
Yeah. Exactly.
So when I see a short king with the tall girl, I'm like, you know what? Good for them.
Well, they're rich.
Oh, or that.
Yeah. All right. Earlier, if that wasn't enough my life, these were Star Wars edition FML. Check it out.
Did you get caught self-loving by your mom?
Awkward. It is awkward.
Did you do something that got you fired from your job?
I just get stupid.
It's fun being stupid.
Don't hide this in vain. Let us laugh at your pain. Call 600-KFMA right away.
I promise we won't embarrass you.
Because Beef Vegan presents F my life. F my life. F my life.
Yes, it's time for another round of F My Life. These unfortunate situations, email to me at beefvegan@kfma.com. But of course, if you have an F My Life you care to share on the air, you can always give us a call, 600-KFMA at 600-5362. And Rico and I will weigh in on your F My Life situation. And in honor of it being May 4th, and May the 4th be with you, it's the International Star Wars Day, I changed everybody's name in these emails to characters from Star Wars.
Nice.
Yeah, you ready for this first email, Rico?
Yes.
These are actual emails, but now with Star Wars names. All right, so first email. After 6 months of eating a better diet, and exercising every other day, I can now say that I am physically healthier, but lifestyle changes have done absolutely nothing to help my depression. That was the whole reason I started doing this in the first place. Of course, this was sent to me by Jabba. F My Life, what do you say?
Yeah, that's the worst.
Yeah, that's pretty bad, Jabba. Keep your chins up. Keep it going, and I'm sure things will get better. I promise you. All right, next F My Life email sent to me by Padme. She wrote, I called my mom to see how she was doing. She quickly hijacked the conversation and said that she signed me up for a dating site because she feels bad that I can't find a decent man. Yeah. I've been dating my boyfriend for 7 months. Jeez. And she's seen me with him multiple times. Oh, yeah. What was the name of her boyfriend, would you guess?
What?
Anakin. Yeah. So, F My Life for Padme.
Yeah, Padme's going through a rough patch right now, it sounds like.
Yeah. Well, at the same time,
her.
Yeah, maybe your mom's right. She might be onto something. Maybe your boyfriend is a bad guy who will end up being, a mass murderer.
Wink, wink.
Yeah. All right. Next F My Life email sent to me by Ray. She wrote, today our neighbors have the most beautiful garden with hundreds of flowers in spring. And actually, I mean, my former neighbors, the new owners, have since dug up all the flower bulbs, thrown them out, and replaced them with some lovely decorations made out of old car tires. Such a Tucson thing.
Yep.
Or a tattooing thing. Same difference, right? F My Life.
Big baby.
Big baby.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Like your business.
Yeah, it's true. Honestly, like the house values, I don't think they depend on the surroundings. There could be a very nice house surrounded by garbage, and that is the Tucson way, So, yeah, big baby. All right, next F My Life.
The Tatooine way.
The Tatooine way, yes, you're right. Next F My Life email sent to me by Lando. He said, I once had a passenger in my taxi leave without paying. They left their phone, so I posted a message about it from their social media exposing them. But it turns out they stole the phone from someone else, and I ended up getting arrested.
Oof.
Yeah. Not good. F My Life for Lando? What do you say?
Lando. F My Life.
Yeah. Always getting the short end of the stick. All right. Final F My Life for the day. All right. As she wrote, last weekend after receiving a negative herpes test 4 months ago, my doctor called me and told me it was a false negative, and I've been living with herpes for 4 months. I then had to tell everyone I've slept with about it. And worst of all, my new boyfriend, Han, broke up with me all in one day. This, of course, sent to me by Leia. F My Life.
Oh, Leia. F My Life.
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, the Force was with her the whole time. She didn't even know.
Not even.
Yeah, and then it shows up every, couple months. Brutal. Definitely F My Life, Leia. All right, let's hit the reset. We come back, and we're going to give you an opportunity to win tickets for Incubus. Also, it's Rap GPT Day, and we're going to do the May the 4th. How much of a Star Wars fan am I? Well, I butchered every single name in the Star Wars universe, right? I forgot to give Dave a shout out, so I'm going to do that right now. We're about 20 seconds, and then we'll get into this Bud Light debacle that's going on. A lot of updates. Well, a lot of updates and walkbacks. It's interesting to see. Yeah.
Drama.
Absolutely. All right, 5 seconds, and we'll see. Time will tell if Bud Light will bounce back from this because they say all press is good press. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Before we get into everything, I just want to give a special shout out and happy birthday wish to Dave at Wicked Wrench Performance from his lovely wife, Michelle. They both listen, and everyone there at Wicked Wrench Performance listens to the show, so I appreciate you guys. Happy birthday, Dave. I know I've talked to you before several times. Hope you're having a good day and you have a great week, and I hope you join us tomorrow for the Cinco de Mayo Tappy Hour podcast at Catalina Brewing off of Ina. We're going to be broadcasting live 4 to 6. We'll have tons of giveaways. And of course, there'll be drink specials, and we'll kickstart Cinco de Mayo together with a live tasting, which you can stream on youtube.com/beefvegan, which we're currently on. All right. Speaking of drinking, let's talk about this Bud Light drama, okay? Now this has been ongoing and developing here for quite some time. Bud Light sales are down 21%, and it could lose its top-selling beer status, all because of an ad campaign that they utilized with Dylan. Dylan, how do you say their last name again?
I don't know.
Yeah, you do.
Mullaney?
Yeah, Dylan Mulvaney. Dylan Mulvaney is a social media influencer, over 10 million followers on Instagram and stuff like that. Now, Dylan Mulvaney is very polarizing because there are people in the trans community that actually aren't fans of Dylan, and they believe that Dylan actually makes fun of stereotypes too much. Well, you know, about a month or so ago back, they had Dylan Mulvaney beer that they revealed, and then Dylan took to Instagram to promote it. And of course, huge backlash, of course. And with that, now Bud Light is trying to walk everything back. In fact, the CEO disavowed Dylan Mulvaney's partnership and claims that it was not a campaign. And the firms is sending letters to retailers blaming an outside ad agency, which we know is not true. You know?
Because they broke in and printed all over, like,
printed Dylan's face all over beer cans. Like, you weren't on the inside. Now, as we know, there was a vice president in charge of marketing. She was the one who decided to go with this because she didn't believe in the frat boy culture that Bud Light was associated with. So she was trying to expand the demographic, which is okay in marketing. You want everybody to drink it, so you got to target different groups. I understand that. Right, but now they're completely just denying the whole thing. Oh no! We got hacked. Yeah, they're like one step away from saying we got hacked.
Yeah.
Now sales again are down all over the place, and Bud Light's response to try to turn this around is, you know, and I don't know if you know this, but you work in the bar industry. Every single bar and restaurant deals with wholesale reps. I actually have a lot of friends that are in that game. They make good money doing that. Essentially, they just go to these places and say, okay, how much of this product do you want? And then they also push products, right? So Bud Light knows that restaurants and bars across the country are starting to scale back on their wholesale orders. So they want the wholesalers to be more aggressive and sell more Bud Light, and attempt to try to sell more Bud Light. And the way that they're sweetening the pot for these wholesalers is they're offering them a free case of Bud Light. I'm not even joking, dude. I'm not joking. Right? And they're like, sad. Yeah. So imagine my friends, I could call them up. Yeah. Like, what are you selling today? Well, I mean, they're threatening me by giving me free Bud Light. So I'm not going to talk about that today. The whole thing is insane. Right?
Reeks of desperate.
Now, again, time will tell if this will be the nail in the coffin, but you know the saying, all press is good press, even bad press. So there's a good chance that Bud Light will bounce back from this, but offering, their wholesale reps that beer, I don't know if that's going to be encouraging.
Well, now that you said that, I'm like, okay, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I mean, I got people who are selling advertisements for our show, right? That's like, give me an equivalent of me offering a bribe for them to sell the show more and better, but something that they wouldn't want.
Your shirt after every show?
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, man, go out there and get us another tap out sponsor. I'll give you my sweaty underwear. You like that? Huh? Come on. It's gender neutral. All right, we're going to hit the reset. Be back with your beef tip right after this. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. Yeah. So that is pretty funny, though. They got to come up with better than that.
Yeah.
They offer some money, though.
I just want to see that boardroom meeting. Like, quick, think of something. What do we say? Somebody broke in. We got hacked.
Yeah.
Dylan, who?
Dylan who? Dylan what?
Huh?
Oh, you talking about the person on the cans of Bud Light that you mass produced 100,000 of? No, by accident. Did you accidentally put someone's face on it?
Right.
So insane. All right. Speaking of insane, our morning moron today was a woman who was selling body parts, and the guy who was buying them looked absolutely nuts. And I got mugshots for both. Yeah. And in case you missed it, it went like this. Rock 102.1 KFMA. That's Disturbed. Welcome back to the show. It is now 6:15 in time for your morning moron. Now, in 2023, we all kind of have a side hustle, right? You have several, right, Rico?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I have some side hustles as well. Tucson Roadrunners is being one of my side hustles. And this is a story about a morning moron who just had a weird side hustle, trying to make some extra dough. And she made a lot of it, but it landed her in trouble, all right? Now, she's a former mortuary worker from Little Rock, Arkansas. Okay, so can you see where this is going yet?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. Because she is facing charges for stealing body parts and selling them through Facebook Marketplace.
Wait, what?
Yes.
They don't have the regulation on the Facebook Marketplace
Apparently
for body parts?
not. You could just Facebook Marketplace is like the Craigslist of Facebook. Like, are you not flagging things? There's so many different things I can't post on Facebook because the Facebook police will like come down and ban me or just take it off the site immediately. But she could literally go on and say, "Hey, who wants a hand?
Who needs a tibia?"
Yeah. And Facebook is like, "I'll allow it. We get a commission." Well, her name is Candace Scott. She's 36 years old. She worked for a company that provided the University of Arkansas with cadavers for medical research. Now, last year, cops got a tip that she'd been selling body parts to a guy in Pennsylvania. All right, yeah, and sent them through the mail. Now, real quick, you'll see it in the podcast broadcast, a mugshot of Candace, a blurry mugshot, but yeah, looking like a morning moron for sure. But you have to see the guy who's buying all the body parts, okay? Because she only really had one customer, one very loyal customer.
Paying top dollar.
Top dollar. Like, legitimately, I think he spent a grand total of $10,975.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Dr. Frankenstein?
In a way, yeah. So after cops got a tip that she was selling body parts and sent them through the mail, she allegedly got in touch with this guy who, through a Facebook group he runs called Oddities that sells weird stuff. Her initial message, she said, is that she loves his work and just out of curiosity, would anyone be in the market for a fully intact and bald brain?
Whoa.
Now, over the course of 9 months, she allegedly mailed 20 boxes of body parts, including an ear, an arm, lungs, livers, kidneys, hands, and even skulls. And actually, to top it all off, she even sent him a full human head.
What?
Yes, hair included.
Oh.
He paid her a grand total of, almost $11,000. Now, both of them have been arrested. She's pleading not guilty to 12 counts of mail fraud, wire fraud, and transportation of stolen property. Now, the guy who bought all this stuff, his name's Jeremy. He's 40 years old, and he looks like Satan. Here's a little mugshot right there. Babuski.
Okay.
Yeah. Does this look like a guy who would buy body parts off Facebook?
Yeah.
It does.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he has half of his face tattooed, his eyeball tattooed. He has some dermal piercings in his skull, the top of his skull, gauges, everything else. I mean, he looks like he could be in a pretty awesome metalcore band, but also he's into some weird things like collecting cadaver parts.
Oh, that whole thing.
Yeah. Now, no word yet as to what his intentions were on any of these things, whether he was a collector or maybe there was some kind of fetish involved. Nobody knows.
We'll find out when Netflix buys the deal.
Yeah. I'm just shocked that a guy that looks like that has extra money to spend, $11,000, in fact, on body parts.
Right.
Yeah. So for this, it's really hard to kind of like pinpoint who's the morning moron here. So I'm just going to say both of them equally. So if you work at a mortuary and you're selling body parts through Facebook to a dude who looks like Satan, then definitely both of you are morning morons.
Rock 102.1 presents the...
All right, we're back. Let me show you something real quick. Now, I think this happened at Rawhide or Coachella. But let this be a lesson to any potential hot raver girls who may watch this podcast broadcast.
Oh, boy.
Or if I repost it on Instagram. When it comes to the confetti cannon, there's a proper way to hold it. And there's an improper way to hold it.
Mm-hmm.
This is the improper way to hold it. Ready for it? Ready for it? Oh.
Oh, my God.
She had it backwards. Now, she immediately ran off stage, right? Because she was heard watching. Watch. Oh. Do it again. Oh. Now, luckily for her, she's used to getting shot in the face, but
I was
still.
going to make that joke.
I know. Sorry. I didn't mean to beat you to it.
No, I gave it to you.
Okay, thank you.
You can have it.
Yeah. So
How the hell? Yeah.
how the hell you get it backwards? Well, she's a very cute girl. First time.
Bless her heart. Bless her heart.
All right, so this is a video, an unethical life hack. So when you're on a flight and the person in front of you reclines their seat all the way and leaves you no room, they say turn on the air con above you on full blast and point it at the top of their head.
So passive aggressive.
Yes, but that's actually a really good hack. It's unethical for sure, but if you want to get your leg room back, that's brilliant. And I show you this video because there's a couple other TikTok accounts that made suggestions about unethical hacks. They say find a 2-for-1 deal at a restaurant and offer to take orders and go pick up lunch for your coworkers and then charge them full price and pocket the rest.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Vicious.
If you're ready to propose, buy a cheap old ring at a pawn shop and claim it was your grandmother's. All right. And one more unethical hack. They say new baby, smell their diaper while your spouse is in the room. If it doesn't smell, lie and say, whoa, someone's got a poopy diaper. Then take your kid to the other room, pretend to change them. And then they'll do the cleaning next because it's their turn.
Oh my God.
Which that one, brilliant.
It is pretty brilliant.
Yeah.
I was gonna go the extra mile, like use your own poop in there.
Oh yeah.
Like, for the authenticity.
No, but then
like,
you're still changing poop, and then
it's
we were just talking about unethical hacks on the podcast broadcast stream. We got 3 really good ones. You got to make sure you watch the replay, youtube.com/beefvegan. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for the show today. Like tomorrow morning, Weirdo's going to be in studio. Herb Stratford Powers is going to be a good, fun Friday show. We're going to continue to give away tickets for Motionless and White, Incubus, and passes for the Party of the Planet. And we're counting down our Cinco de Mayo kickoff at Catalina Brewing off of Ina. You could join us 4 to 6 for the live Tappy Hour podcast and taste their delicious beers along with us. Tons of drink specials and food as well. But let me get into your beef tip before I pass it over to Powers. Here's a beef tip to make more whiskey out of your whiskey. Like how much water is too much to water down your whiskey? Because everyone has it in several different ways. You can have it neat on the rocks, swigging it straight out the bottle if you want. But a new study shows that if you're going to use the ice method, you should finish your drink before the ice melts. But they say that if you want to water down your whiskey, you can water it down up to 20% before affecting the flavor. So essentially, you could make any bottle of whiskey you own 20% more if you want to stretch it out. You're still going to get buzzed. It's not going to mess with that. It might take it from an 80 proof to like a 70 proof, but again, you're still going to get buzzed. So if you want to extend your liquor, or if you're a high school kid and you're trying not to get caught,
right,
you can skim 20% of the whiskey.
The more you know.
Yes, and then water it down 20% so you can't even tell the difference. And that's your beef tip. All right, so with that, I'd like to thank everyone for listening to the show. Don't forget, you could check out our podcast broadcast on demand. There we did our performance of Star Wars from Rap GPT and RF My Life and everything else that you might have missed. But for now, I got to get out the door, man. I got to find a place to live. Rico, thank you. Excellent job, my friend. Thank you guys for listening. As always, drive safe, ride safe, and rock local. Later.
When you wish
peace, guys.
upon a side of beef, soon will come and end to all your
Look
grief.
how big my hands are. They're so much bigger than yours. What does that mean?
I will
What does
knock
that
out
mean?
all your teeth.
Means you probably have a